So it's January, and I've got this thing about starting off the new year with a clean slate. Okay, the house has got to be clean, as you can imagine. My kids are over the moon about that. The local tip does so well out of us, so do the local charity shops. But there's a couple of things that I reckon are even more important to hoss out with that dead Christmas tree. And that half tub of brandy butter that I know you've still got in the fridge, chuck it out. You're not going to use it. And it's not what you think. So the first thing that we're getting rid of this year is, and you're going to think this is so harsh, friends and partners and people that don't add to your life. Oh, I know, we are starting off strong, aren't we? You thought I was going to say something like, time to clear out the spice packets, or it's time to remove the filter on your washing machine. Hell no, that's not going to change your life, love. Well, it might do. A clean washing machine is a thing of beauty. But what we're going to do first is we're going to get rid of all those people who, let's face it, they don't add to your life. They are energy vampires, and you know in your gut who they are. An acid test is if their name pops up on your phone, do you instantly pick up or do you go, oh shit, not you? That's a good sign that maybe it's time for them to go the way of that brandy butter. So that sounds dead harsh, I know. And you're like, but Obi, I can't go around chopping off my friends just because they're not very good. Listen to yourself. Yes, you can. Okay, we're not 8 anymore. We don't have to be friends with people just because our mum is friends with their mum. Okay, you're allowed to choose. Now, this is a thread you're going to see through all of my videos pretty much. You can choose. We're old enough now to choose. I know sometimes we do forget and think we're still 25 until our knees and our backs remind us that we are, in fact, over 40. But we can choose, okay? We're allowed to make choices about our own life now. We can have chocolate cake for breakfast if we wanted to, tell the others. But, it's I'm not saying it's a good idea, and the diabetes nurses would probably tell you not to, but you could if you wanted to, just saying. So, if you're friends with somebody, or even just acquaintances, and you really don't think that they are a good fit for the way your life's going anymore, there's nothing wrong with taking a step back from that. Okay, you don't have to be mean about it, but just limit the amount of time that you spend around those people. Because when they say you are the 5 people that you spend the most amount of time with, they're not lying. Okay, I have found that when I started hanging around with people who I would gladly swap bank accounts with, I would gladly swap lives with, my own life just improved leaps and bounds because those people were kind of pulling me along with them. If you surround yourself with people who only goal in life is to get through the entire box set of Jerry Springer, you're probably not going to be achieving much in the next 6 months. Not saying those people are bad people, but if that's not what you want from your life, then I would suggest that you might want to find some new friends who you hang around with. And I'm also talking here physically and digitally, because let's face it, a lot of our lives is digital these days. The people that you hang around with on social media, the people who you consume content from, myself included, if we don't if we're not aligned, if the stuff that you're subscribed to on YouTube, if it doesn't align with who you are anymore, if the Facebook groups that you're in don't align with who you are anymore and who you want to be, get rid, okay? Because honestly, it's that's a kind of hanging around with as well. The people that you follow on social media, the people that you interact with in real life, digitally, however, they are influencing you. The stuff that you consume influences you, and we'll get onto that in a minute. But it's time to remove yourself from these groups. It's time to remove yourself from friendship groups that don't serve you anymore. It's time to find some new friends. And I know that's scary at our age because you're like, I don't know how to make friends anymore. Apparently, you can't just walk up to somebody and go, we should be friends. And they go, yeah, let's go play. And then that's it. It was so easy when you were 6. Not anymore. Get some more join some clubs in the area. What kind of things do you like to do? Find people that like doing those kind of things. What would you like to try? Give those a go, and you'll meet more people that way. For me, it's I started going down to the pub quiz, and I met so many people, so many cool people, and it's then they're now really important people to me. So just by making those little changes and just stepping out my comfort zone a little bit in order to go find people who now fit with who I am now, rather than people that were a good fit for me 5 years ago. Because if you're not evolving, you've got a bigger problem finding friends, okay? So the second thing that we are going to hoss out with the brandy butter is we are going to stop giving a fuck what other people think what other people think we should be doing with our lives. We're going to stop caring about the opinions of other people. And I know you might think, well, what? Yeah, we're just going to stop doing that. Okay. I wish when I was younger, I stopped caring so much what other people thought about me because my life would probably be a lot different. And I did a video, I'll link to it below, um, about advice I would give my 20-year-old self. And that was one of the main things was don't care so much about what the people want and what other people think about you. Because frankly, we're all so bothered about what other people think about us, we forget that the other person is thinking exactly the same thing. Nobody cares about you because they're too busy caring what you think of them. And I wish I hadn't tried to please so many people because I ended up pleasing nobody, including myself. So, not saying you have to be a hard faced bitch about it, but at the same time, start taking control of your own life. You have to advocate for yourself. You are all you've got. You're the only person to stand up for you because nobody else cares, frankly. So, stand up for yourself and stop. Try to do your best to not care so much what other people think. It's a process. You won't just stop on day one. But if you can stop caring about what other people want so much, because they weren't that bothered when it came to your comfort, when it came to what you wanted. So why do you care so much about them and about what they want and making them all comfortable? How about making yourself comfortable first? And yeah, there are some people that will probably not like that and will fall out with you. They probably weren't your friends to start with, love. Because anybody that butts up against a boundary of yours and goes, I'm just going to steamroll over that, you don't want to be around them anyway. They're only around from what they can get out of you. So how about we start standing up for ourselves this year and we stop caring what other people are going to judge us for? Because I said it in one of my other videos. Today's news is tomorrow's chip wrapping. Okay. Well, not anymore. Health and safety. They're probably not allowed to use newspapers anymore. But what is big news today in 2 weeks' time will have been forgotten about. People don't care as much as you think. So go and do what the hell it is that makes you happy and sod other people. Because if they were getting on and doing what made them happy, they wouldn't have time to judge you. So there you go. And the third thing is probably one of the things that you probably thought that I was going to talk about to start with, and that's social media. Now, I used an app for a while called Opal, which is a great app. I've linked to it down below. I don't make any money off that if you click the link for that, by the way. I think I get a t shirt. Yay. But it's a really good app and it's free. And you can set boundaries. So, like after a week, not even a week, try again, Obi. God, you can tell I haven't had enough tea today like an hour. You can set yourself an hour on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and after that, it blocks it and it puts up these cool little screens. There's like poems and facts or just funny things, and it makes you put your phone down and go away. And I found that really helped. It really helped limited because I found myself just scrolling, just scroll. 45 minutes later, holy fuck! It's like a time machine, but not in a good way. So I was like scrolling through, but then it got to the point where I was using up my hour 'cause I mean, the problem is I can't get rid of social media dead stop because I use it for work. You know, I'm on YouTube, I post to my Facebook. I've got Facebook groups for people who bought products from me and that, want some help. I've got a monthly subscription group, which obviously I can't just get rid of because people are paying me good money to be in there. So I can't get rid of it dead stop. But I was just spending so much time. I gave myself an hour to do work stuff. And by the time I got round to doing the work stuff, like the posting and stuff, my hour was gone. So what I did was this last weekend, I actually removed it all from my phone because that was the problem. It was my phone in my hand. So I took Facebook, Threads, and Instagram. Not that I really use Instagram; it just kind of auto posts over to Instagram. I'm not actually active on Instagram, by the way. If you message me on Instagram, probably won't see it because I don't use it. Um, so I took it off my phone, and straight away, my phone time plummeted to like an hour and a half. And most of that is a little game that I play called Evermerge on my phone before bed. Most of it is that, or Messenger, because I've got certain people who only contact me on Messenger, my personal friends that contact me there. And do you know what? I haven't missed it. Now, social media, let's face it, we know it's not real. Okay, social media is not real and it's heavily edited, heavily curated. It's, I mean, look at this. I mean, I'm on YouTube, okay, which technically is a social media, I guess. Okay, my hair, yes, it's not great today, but I've got makeup on and stuff. Do I look like this all the time? No, because a lot of the time I've got my hair scraped back, I'm in my pajamas, in the evenings, and, I've not got makeup on. I don't wear makeup every day. You're seeing, like, a corner of my sofa. You're not seeing my office, which currently has a lot of, laundry drying because my tumble dryer's broken. So I've got laundry drying in there and all sorts. You don't see the rest of it. And social media can be really dangerous, especially when you think it's real. So, limiting the amount of time that you spend on social media, it frees up time. I like to think of it like this, okay? Social media and consuming social media, it's like hoarding out your own house with other people's stuff. There's no room for your own stuff. So I try and limit it because I find that when I'm not consuming as much, of course, I'm starting my YouTube career, so I'm very into learning at the moment. I love watching the video IQ guys; their videos are really helpful. There's certain other creators that I watch religiously because I just love this stuff. Mr. Ballin, the Y Files, love AJ and Hacklefish. Um, but I found that the less time that I spend just mindlessly scrolling and filling my head with other people's stuff, the more room there is for my creativity to start. So I was getting new ideas for videos. I was getting new ideas for thumbnails, which I'm aware I still suck at, but hey, I'm learning. Um, so not being on social media a lot was just more time, for reading books, for doing the stuff that's important to me because I'm not sitting there wasting 45 minutes scrolling TikTok. Jesus Christ. My kids, TikTok, I swear to God, they could have got degrees with the amount of time that they spend on TikTok. But, that time, you can't get it back. So being selective on social media, really, really important. And like I said, I'll go back to the first point where I was talking about hanging out digitally with people. Social media, curate your own social media so aggressively because that's what's in your bubble is what you're exposed to over and over again. You're training yourself. The algorithms are training you. And I don't mean it in a tin hat way. I mean, you're seeing the same stuff over and over again. You're seeing the same people over again. There's no room for new ideas. There's no room for anything like that. So chucking out social media this year, or at least aggressively minimizing it, is one of the best things you can do for your own mental health and your own creativity. So, yeah. And what are you going to do with all that extra time now that you're not scrolling on TikTok for 45 minutes looking at cat videos? I wish it was just cat videos, but it's not. So, what are you going to do a lot of the time now? Do you know what you're going to do? You're going to watch this video on how to set new goals for yourself and you're going to build your own life.